Harris, right now, Kansas City Chiefs players, the coaches, the fans, let me tell you, they're all in shock. Take a look at this video. This is the Sonic fast food drive-thru restaurant where Sedalia police say around closing time Tuesday night, 4 robbers rushed inside and robbed the business at gunpoint. The entire crime caught on tape. Here at Chesterfield election night, supporters for Congressman Todd Akin held out hope until the end, but when the final numbers came in, many of them walked away disappointed. And back here live just down the street from Lisa Irwin's home, this memorial, take a look, you can see we've got more than a dozen stuffed animals, lots of candles blowing tonight, and this poignant sign that reads, "Bring Lisa home." Robert Townsend, Fox 4 News, working for you live in Kansas City. Susan and John, parents I talked to, as you can imagine, are expressing mixed emotions to the school district's major setback, from frustration to cautiously optimistic. Today we heard it all. Abby, the Afghan massacre suspect is now en route to Fort Leavenworth's maximum security prison. Hey there, Phil, let me tell you, this UMKC student tells us she's so afraid right now that she just couldn't talk to us today on camera. Now, her close friend did talk to me. She asked us to not show her face because that attacker is still out there roaming the streets. Harris, right now, Kansas City Chiefs players, the coaches, the fans, let me tell you, they're all in shock. Take a look at this video. Everyone is talking about the terrible murder-suicide involving Kansas City Chiefs player Javon Belcher and his girlfriend. As for the investigation, here's what we know tonight. Police tell us shortly after 7:30 this morning, Belcher shot his girlfriend, 22-year-old Cassandra Perkins, several times at the couple's home in Kansas City. Now, Perkins later died at a hospital. Investigators say about 10 minutes later, Belcher, a starting linebacker, drove to the Chiefs practice facility by Arrowhead Stadium, pulled out a gun, and fatally shot himself in the parking lot right in front of the Chiefs head coach, Romeo Crennel, and general manager, Scott Pioli, who police tell us tried to stop Belcher from shooting himself. Belcher and Cassandra Perkins had a 3-month-old little girl. You're looking at a picture there of Belcher holding the baby. Police also tell us that after the shooting at the second scene, Belcher's car was towed away. Right now, investigators still looking tonight for an exact motive for these deadly shootings. John and Susan, this morning, 2-year-old Axel Orozco arrived at this hospital in critical condition. This afternoon, his mother says her little boy underwent surgery. Axel is now holding on in stable condition. Neighbors say 2-year-old Axel Orozco loves to ride his tricycle and play with his toys in his family's front yard near Topping and East 16th in Kansas City, Missouri. But Friday afternoon, the toddler wasn't home having fun. Axel in the hospital after getting shot in the back.
Just bad stuff. Somebody getting hurt.
Police say around 10:30 Friday morning, someone, possible gang member, shot up Axel's family's home, then took off. Neighbors report hearing at least 10 gunshots. When the bullets shattered windows and pierced several walls, Axel's relatives, including 2 adults and 3 children who were inside, scrambled for their lives. 13-year-old Armando ran downstairs and saw his baby brother, who was watching TV, had been hit.
I just heard gunshots, and I came downstairs and I just saw my uncle on the floor, and then he carried the baby, and then he just saw blood on his hand, and he checked the baby's back. He was crying bad. I thought it was serious.
Police are checking to see if the shooting was gang-related, possible retaliation for another incident a few months ago involving a family member who lives at the house.
It initially came out as a drive-by, but it's possible that the shooters were on foot.
Meanwhile, neighbors pray for little Axel.
Real sad. I hope it gets better.
Axel is the youngest of 5 children. Anyone who knows anything about the shooting should call the TIPS hotline. Robert Townsend, Fox 4 News, working for you live in Kansas City. Susan, the tornado damage here in Branson is just unbelievable. Let me tell you, all around here along Highway 76, you'll see a heap of damage like this. I'm talking about big pieces of metal, lots of insulation tossed around during that storm. It's a storm survivors tell me they'll never forget.
We were scared. We were very scared. All we were saying was, you know, dear God, just protect us, protect us.
Frightening moments indeed for Kimberly Ivy and her family when a fast-moving tornado roared through Branson early Wednesday morning. It sent towering trees crashing down on Ivy's car, ripped off the roof of a vacant old school building, and hurled it in the Ivy's front yard. The scared family took cover in the basement.
You could feel all the pressure and felt like your ears were popping, you know, pressure behind your eyes. You could kind of feel a lift.
We're kind of praying and we're kind of just huddling and hope we survive. and nobody's hurt.
City officials say the twister touched down around 1 a.m. on Branson's west side. Within seconds, the powerful storm destroyed several famous theaters in the popular resort town, damaged homes, then skipped downtown and blew out dozens of windows at the 6-year-old Hilton Hotel. The relentless storm also caused extensive roof damage at the adjoining Branson Convention Center.
It's amazing that we had the hop, skip, and jump, if you will, effect.
A 6-mile path of incredible damage. The folks here just thankful no one seriously hurt or even killed.
Yes, it's devastating that we had some structures damaged and some businesses will be slow to open for a while, but there's still major attractions open, including the Dixie Stampede, Silver Dollar City, Andy Williams Moon River Theater.
Are we gonna live? Really? That's all I was really thinking.
Now we're told 33 people were treated and released from the hospital. One person went to a Springfield hospital. Tonight, crews are still working. They're going to be working all throughout the night trying to restore power to 2,500 customers. The fire chief tells me it could be at least 2 days, count them, 2 days, before the power is fully restored. I'm Robert Townsend, Fox 4 News, working for you live in Branson, Missouri. Susan, the sweepstakes scammers told Patty Locknane she'd become an instant millionaire. Well, get this, she became an instant fraud victim with an empty checking account. 80-year-old Patty Locknane enjoys playing online lotteries.
I really didn't think that I would get into it this far.
She's now paying the price big time after falling victim to a sweepstakes scam. Investigators say it's spreading across Clay County.
They promised, that I would get things out of, my goodness, they were going to give me $52 million and 3 cars. And
for more than a month, Patty received multiple phone calls from a man with a Jamaican accent and phone number. He repeatedly told her she'd won several lotteries and new cars.
I made the mistake of giving them some money, and that was, of course, then they wouldn't leave me alone.
The retired receptionist believed him so much so she sent the sweepstakes scammer almost $65,000 over time, draining her checking account.
I'm a little upset about it because, at the time it happened, I called the FBI.
Investigators say after Patty changed her phone number, the desperate con artist even called the Clay County Dispatch Center and pretended to be Patty's son and asked for her new number. Authorities now warning seniors to be aware of the fraudulent scammers, and remember, never give your credit or debit card numbers or any personal information to strangers who call you.
I am not registering for any more contests. But I have since heard that I've won all kinds of money.
But you don't believe them now, right?
I don't believe them now.
Patty says the scammers also offered to send her a cab so she can go to her bank and get this, withdraw them even more money. But the good news is this time around she refused. Robert Townsend, Fox 4 News, working for you live in Clay County. Hey, Phil, let me tell you, the 33-year-old victim's life right now shattered. Her parents tell me their daughter is so scared to be alone.
I have cried so much about it that I'm trying to put it to the back of my mind.
It's a nightmare tugging at the hearts of this Kansas City, Kansas family, especially Karen Juarez's 33-year-old daughter, carjacked and sexually assaulted late Monday.
I think about it and I just cry. It's in the front of my mind at all times.
Around 8 o'clock Monday night, her daughter left her Overland Park home and drove to the Target store near 85th and State Line in Kansas City, Missouri to pick up a prescription. The woman told police she was sitting at a red light near the busy intersection when 2 men, one of whom had a gun, approached her car and threatened her.
And pointed a gun at the window and told her if she didn't open the window, he was going to shoot the gun. And so she opened the window.
Juarez says the gunman and other guy then hopped inside her daughter's car.
He put the gun to the back of her neck, told her to just drive and not take her hands off of the steering wheel.
Minutes later, he ordered the woman to drive towards some abandoned apartment buildings near 18th and Vine in Kansas City, where the woman says the gunman sexually assaulted her.
Her shirt was torn, her pants were torn.
Juarez tells me her daughter suddenly kicked her attacker, fell out of her car, and just kept running for help. The victim flagged down a woman here at a bar near 18th and Vine. The attacker and his accomplice took off in the victim's car. The men got away with the woman's $650 in rent money, credit cards, and the Christmas presents in the car for her 3 children.
Somebody like that needs to be behind bars. And I'm hoping with this media coverage that it'll help.
And I'm thankful she's alive, and that's all that matters to me.
Late this afternoon, police recovered the woman's car here at 22nd and Vine. Right now, investigators tell me they only have vague descriptions of her attacker and his accomplice. If you can help police with this crime in any way, call the TIPS hotline. Robert Townsend, Fox 4 News, working for you live in KC Mo.